Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys will make $42 million move on Dak Prescott before 2025 season. No doubt, 2024 left something to be desired for quarterback Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. He suffered a hamstring injury that KO'd him after Week 8, and certainly, missing half a season is going to ding anyone standing within the team. But the fact is, Prescott struggled even before he got hurt. His completion percentage was the second lowest of his career. His yards per completion, 10.7, was the lowest he's ever had, as was his touchdown percentage, 3.8, and his quarterback rating, 86.0. One thing that registered as a near-career high for Prescott, sack percentage. That was 6.84, which was second highest of his career. But despite all that, Prescott is set for a career high and league high cap hit in 2025 of $89.8 million, which ranks $17 million more than the number 2 player on the list, Deshaun Watson. That is obviously unsustainable, but is a product of the Cowboys' past handling of Prescott's contracts. According to Mike Giannitti of Spotrac, Prescott's payout is simply unsustainable. The Cowboys will need to restructure his deal and move significant money out of the base salary, making it a signing bonus. That will push more money onto the Cowboys' future tab. But that's how the Cowboys have been paying out Prescott all along. Dak Prescott ranked 30th by PFF. If your quarterback is Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen, then that's not much of a problem. But the problem is that the Cowboys are having to contort themselves for a player who was far removed from the top of his field in 2024. Pro Football Focus registered Prescott as the 30th quarterback in the league last year, out of 44 that were graded. And yet his cap hit is the highest. The problem is this, and we've seen it with a couple of these quarterbacks now, they're not exactly pleased with 2024 Dak Prescott, of course, Giannitti said. So, you don't want to get yourself into a situation where you're burying $100 million in dead cap 2 years from now, and he's not going to be the guy. There's a lot of people that think that is exactly what happens here. He added, they're going to have walk gingerly with how they treat this contract. But there is absolutely no way he walks into 2025 with an $89 million cap hit. I expect that to come down mightily in the next couple of weeks. New Cowboys coach Brian Schottenheimer and team owners want to draft a quarterback. The Trey Lance era may be over in Dallas. Cowboys Chief Operating Officer Stephen Jones told the Dallas Morning News that the team would be looking to make some changes in the quarterback room this season, with Lance and Cooper Rush hitting free agency. Dak Prescott has at least 3 seasons remaining on his current contract and will be the highest paid player in the NFL this season with a salary of $47,750,000, but if the Jones family and the team's new coach has it their way, Prescott will be facing more competition this year than last. New head coach Brian Schottenheimer and quarterback coach Steve Shimko have mentioned to Jones they would like to select a quarterback in April to develop. You know, I think one of our goals is to get a young quarterback in the draft, Jones said. I don't know where that's going to be. That's why we gave a 4th-round pick for Trey. It seems like all the quarterbacks, even guys we have in the 4th round, go in the 1st. They always go so much higher than what you think. Most teams with a star quarterback on a huge contract would simply take a backup in the NFL draft without announcing that the coach wants to develop a new quarterback and qualify the statement by reminding everyone they just traded away a pick to get a guy they almost never put on the field. In case you forgot, the Cowboys really did give up a 4th-round pick for Trey Lance after he did not see any playing time for the 49ers in 2023. Lance made 3 brief appearances for Dallas last season before starting the final meaningless game of the season for the Cowboys. The 49ers used the pick they got for Lance to draft Malik Mustafa, who started 12 games at safety and was one of the few bright spots for the team as a rookie. It should be fun to see when the Cowboys take a quarterback and then hear how they awkwardly justify filling their roster. Cowboys urged to add star power playmaker with CeeDee Lamb. The Cowboys have a long list of needs as the offseason begins to shift into gear, and while fans would like to see them beef up their offensive line, fix the running back room, plus get some depth at linebacker and in the defensive backfield, most want the team to fix the problem that is right in front of them. The Cowboys need a playmaker. CeeDee Lamb, when healthy, is one of the top 5 receivers in the NFL. The problem is, the Cowboys have precious little to go with him. Jalen Tolbert, Jalen Brooks, Jonathan Mingo, these are all decent enough depth pieces. But with nominal number 2 receiver Brandon Cooks hitting free agency, the team needs a true bookend who can move around opposite Lamb. And ESPN has just the guy. Speaking on Get Up this week, NFL insider Dan Graziano noted that the ideal landing spot for star receiver Davante Adams, who was traded from the Raiders to the Jets before last November's trade deadline, is right there in Dallas. The Cowboys have been loath to make major additions in free agency in recent years, but it's about time for that to change. Adams is not the megastar he once was but still went for 85 catches, 1,063 yards and 8 touchdowns in 14 games last season. They need star power on that roster, and Davante Adams is a star, Graziano said. They need other players who can make things happen when they have the ball in their hands. They're very limited in terms of playmakers right now. This is a veteran who knows everything he needs to do to help out that offense, working opposite CeeDee Lamb. I think it would be a great pickup for the Cowboys. The move would be beneficial on multiple fronts, not only giving Dak Prescott another weapon taking pressure off Lamb, but also addressing a major hole for the Cowboys in free agency, allowing them to use their top draft pick, they have number 12 overall, to pick a much-needed running back or offensive lineman. The Cowboys have been most often mentioned as the ideal fit for Ashton Jeanty, the record-breaking Boise State star. Signing Adams could pave the way for Jeanty, a native of the DFW area, to land with the Cowboys. As CBS Sports noted this week in naming the Cowboys Jeanty's top landing spot, it's the match made in heaven, to be honest. Jeanty went to high school in Frisco, Texas, where the Cowboys are headquartered. And while Dallas could certainly use help at other spots, like along the interior of both fronts, Dak Prescott could also use bona fide ground support, with 2024 placeholder Rico Dowdle due for free agency.